Hey everyone, welcome to Insurgency Broadcast. My name is Chad Booksam. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know, the feds, they've been very busy, right? Very busy in creating groups in this country to undermine the legitimacy of Trump's presidency, if he's going to be reelected, to undermine the patriotism of Americans, right? To basically align us with Nazis. And you're seeing a lot of these white supremacist groups. They're popping up out of nowhere, but they're all wearing masks, right? They all have their faces covered. And I believe it was in Tennessee. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was this protest from Nazis hailing Hitler, swastika, you know, the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle when it comes to the image of Trump support. This is how they view Trump supporters. This is how the left and the media view Trump supporters, that we're all Nazis hailing Hitler. Well, at the same time, right, they're actually funding Nazis in Ukraine. You know, their entire way of thinking, you know, is freaking stupid, first of all. But there is nothing more dangerous than a stupid population. And this is why our own CIA, our military, deep state is able to take advantage of us so much, because they're so stupid. And these events are going to get much worse. You are going to see this year, next few months, all these Nazi groups committing all these acts of violence and getting blamed on Trump and his supporters. You're going to see that they're going to tell the entire population that Trump is going to elevate the Nazis, they're going to take power, and then Trump is going to join with Russia and attack NATO. This is how far they're going to go with their propaganda to protect their, you know, censorship program, to protect their personal interests of global dominance. So these whites, look, guys, anytime you see these groups, they are feds, period. They are feds, all right? And you know Trump supporters, you know people, your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters. You know the only thing that we want in this country is a free country, a sovereign border, right? Our First Amendment, our Second Amendment, our Constitution being respected at least a little bit. But they want to ensure that the messaging is that they're Nazis. So you're going to see these staged events. They're going to occur. It's meant to shock you. It's meant to discourage you, right? And then we also have a major issue with the United Nations, with the World Health Organization, Disease X, with these new diseases that are just going to pop out of nowhere, right? And they are going to continued. They will never stop what they've done before. History repeats itself, but they also have a reason to keep repeating, because it worked. It worked with the ballots in 2020, right? They stole the election completely. It worked with COVID, with the mandates, with the vaccine, with almost 80% of the whole globe, all right, fell to this. So it works. So it's going to keep repeating itself. And they're not going to stop, because global dominance is their number one agenda, and they need to pursue their agenda by making you the number one enemy. They need to pursue their agenda by ensuring that you don't hinder it, you free people, with your voting, right, and you liking the American Constitution. So, like, look, our fathers, our ancestors fought and died for this country, fought and died for it, and that doesn't mean anything to them. They don't care one bit about that. They have created all of these groups. They have compartmentalized also a lot of these institutions within our intelligence community to operate strictly against the American people. And what we're going to see besides these stage events is, obviously, you know, Russia is their key target. Not to necessarily, just take out Russia or take out Putin, but to align us with Russia, to align the Trump movement, to align, you know, America first with Russia. If you want a safe border, if you believe in our Constitution, you're a Russian agent. And they want to make sure that that is loud and clear. That's why anything's changed with these tech companies as we get closer to election. That is going to elevate. And then they're going to declare us Nazis. They're going to project all of this while they're funding Nazis. They're going to project us that we are the Nazis. And look, with Ukraine, just keep this in mind. Okay, there's United States mercenaries, call them mercenaries, probably troops, okay, from the United States, mercenaries, from Britain, mercenaries. They're already boots on the ground fighting Russia as we speak. They're warning us about this huge national security threat that Russia's going to launch a nuke. You're literally in their backyard launching a war against a nuclear-armed country. You're in their backyard launching a war against them. You're funding it. You're providing even mercenaries and troops on the ground, boots on the ground, all the technology, everything they have to kill thousands and thousands of Russians. We have destroyed countries throughout the Middle East. We have toppled governments more than, I mean, it's unbelievable what's happened in the last 15 years. And while they make sure that they create this fear of Russia in this country, they are toppling us at the same time as we speak. They are toppling us. And the biggest thing is the open border. You know, I speak about this a lot because it is one of the most vital situations that we have. It's so critical because they have flooded our country beyond any record ever seen to man. There is no interests for any sane government to have an open border like this unless they want to destroy the country, and they're actively doing it. What happened with Trump is unconscionable. Like with the $360 million, it wasn't even a victim, this award that was given to these radical Bolsheviks in New York. He can't operate business in New York anymore, and he has all these other cases ahead of him, and it's going to go the same way because the people who are running these cases, okay, the people who are charging Trump, this whole deep state operation, okay, they are the number one enemy, and they have taken actionable steps, okay, to shut you down. Not about Trump, to shut you down, and they're going to just keep escalating. They're going to keep coming harder. They're going to be more aggressive, and I want to make sure that's clear. And with the next election that we have, look, mail-in ballots still going to be an issue. Right? All these other events that are going to occur, it's still going to be an issue. Just like they rigged 2020, they're going to rig this one. And I honestly, when people ask me, what are we going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Guys, you know, unfortunately, this is a war that we're facing. And you can't even protest. Look what happened to the J6ers. You can't even protest against this war that is being waged against us, because you'll be locked up. So critical change needs to happen, systematic change to this foundation of evil, right, that has removed us from God, that has disconnected us from our families. It is multifaceted. And if you just look, you know, the distractions that they give to the youth, to this younger generation, they have complete control over their thought process. And they're so emotionally traumatized that it's easy for the CIA military industrial complex to achieve its goals. And now they have a whole new demographic with the illegal immigrants coming through the country. They have a whole new demographic to launch their operations. You know, maybe American people, like Americans who've been here for very long, would feel bad against, you know, pointing guns at their own citizens or issuing these unconstitutional demands against their own citizens. But these illegals won't. They won't. They're bankrupting our country. They bankrupt our border. They're bankrupting our souls by driving us through this evil, which is, it's pure evil. And the only way out of it is through it. But, you know, we need a smart, educated public. That is one of the main things. You know, we need to be more actively involved culturally, politically in our country. And really, we need to take a stand. I know it's cliche, but really we do. And we need to acknowledge that the fear that they put out, the discouragement that they put out, is meant to keep you at home. It's meant to keep you in a just vegetative state. So you think that there's nothing that you can do. All right. And one of the things that we can do is when we vote in primaries, when we vote in local elections with the GOP, we need to take out these incumbents, get them out of there. You know, vote for new, fresh faces at the end of the day. You know, and we have to keep doing that, and we have to keep, you know, our movement when it comes to ensuring that the Constitution survives. We just have to be actively involved in any way we can. So that's educating the public. That is just, you know, obviously voting. We still have to. What are we going to do, right? You have to still do that. And we have to ensure that, you know, we know what's coming next. We have to look at their actions, connect the dots, and be able to respond in a manner that awakens more people. All right, guys, I'll be back soon with another report. Love you. God bless.